Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to English Football Club Barcelona, your Barcelona channel in English. Well, if you hear me like this, is because I have a sore throat and my nose is completely well, I cannot talk properly. I'm sorry, but here we are. There are some quite interesting information that I've read since yesterday. So, without more delay, let's start. Well, as you can see in this image, we have the board of directors in one of the training sessions of Barcelona this preseason. It's not today or yesterday, it's during the preseason when still Koeman, that you can see it there far, was the coach of the team. Now, there you can see from left to right, Rafa Juste, Joan Laporta, Enric Masip, Mateo Alemany, and Ramon Planes. Why I'm talking about them? Because Ramon Planes yesterday asked Barcelona to leave the team. He says that he wants to start with new projects, that he wants to improve his career. How could we say that? Well, he doesn't want to keep working for Barcelona, and today he will have the technical secretary will have, who is still Ramon Planes, will have a meeting with the director of football, Mateo Alemany, and then he will have a meeting. They will see the formula, the way to release his contract, and after that he will talk with the president, who will take the decision if he lets him go now, or he will ask, or he will make or ask him to stay until June. I don't think he can make him stay until June, and I'm saying this because that's slavery. If you want to leave, you can leave. I guess there are some aspects in his contract that requires a talk, but they will find a way. They are looking for a way to release the contract, don't need to pay him anything, and he will start his own projects and all these things. I guess that's the reason. And why I say this? Because they read that they are start thinking about a substitute for him, for the technical secretary. It's important because this man comes from, I think he's the only one who remained from Josep Bartomeu. I think he's the only one in the board of directors, the only person from the board of directors from Bartomeu that stays still in Barcelona. Actually, Laporta, when he arrived, if you remember, he started changing many positions. Actually, some of them he erased them, other he created them. So with this, in this case, for Planes, whose contract expired, I think in 2020, or I'm not sure. Well, he prolonged. No, his contract finishes in 2022, and he let him stay until 2024. Now, or I'm not sure, or I read it wrong before, because this information is not appearing here. Here just appears that in 2022, the 30th. June 30th, 2022, his contract expires. So, well, anyway, they have these two options: or let him go, or stay. For me, he should go, because first is a person who comes from, and don't forget that he found great players. Okay, I'm not saying no, he's a bad person. He just came from the other board of directors, etc. No. He found good players. One of them is Pedri, for example. And all this information, I read it, of course. I'm not talking with him, like asking, "What did you find?" Well, it would be great, actually. But here is my point of view. If you remember, and I'm going to pass two slices here. The other day, Xavi was asking to let Jordi, Cruyff to have more power inside the team, within the team. So I think this is a good moment. It's a good moment to let him stay as a technical secretary and let him find players for the team and have more power than he has now. I think that's a good option. And actually, what I read this morning that is different from what I read yesterday is that the board of directors are considering giving Cruyff this position, Jordi Cruyff. Okay, no, Johan. So that will be a great movement, but there are other options. Okay, it's not just, oh well, he left, we have Jordi, perfect, great. Now there are other options, and for example, one of them that for me it's incredible is Puyol, Carlos Puyol. Puyol, who has been in Barcelona all his life, who knows this team as good as Xavi, who is a legend as Xavi, a Spanish legend too, a World Cup championship, I think, could be a perfect position for him. There are other two options that I don't like so much. For example, the other one is Overmars. If you remember, Overmars was many years in Barcelona. So it could be a very interesting option, and he really wants to work for Barcelona. And the other option that for me is completely I don't like it, is Sorg. And I don't like it because personally I don't know who is Sorg, but it's one of the options. And as I'm reading now, Jordi, Cruyff, Puyol, Overmars, and Sorg could be some of the names that are actually the possible names of the exchange. Anyway, talking about Xavi, yesterday I read something quite interesting. Do you remember we were talking about, for example, that Piqué is not going to be able to go to a TV show because Xavi doesn't let those kind of things? Okay, so this is because Xavi I'm really sorry. This is because Xavi has established or carried out some rules. Actually, during his presentation, said that the team needs discipline, that the team needs to be controlled. So that's why this section is going to be called Xavi's 10 rules at Barcelona. And what are these 10 rules? Because some of those rules are like for kids, really. Number 1, the players must be 90 minutes early to practice. That's a rule that established Guardiola a long time ago. Luis Enrique too. Koeman supposedly wanted to establish, but I don't know what happened, because I remember at the beginning players arrived like 60 minutes. But well, this has a reason that it has to be with another rule. So we are going to pass, but the players have to be or must be 90 minutes early to practice, and that's why some players were arriving these days so early. But the staff, that's an A, not an U. The staff must be 120 minutes early to practice. So 2 hours before, to give example. So if they train at 11, they have to be there at 9 a.m. And that has a reason. And this is the reason. Players must eat at a training ground. And why this is the reason? There are two explanations. One is because like this, they control what they eat. So they try to control their overweight. So because if you remember, some newspaper says that some of the players are not in their condition, and it's not just they are performing under their possibilities, if not they are under their real condition. I mean, the capacity, and one of the reasons is the condition, the body condition. So controlling the food is very important for professionals. And the other reason, and it's not going to be just the breakfast, as I read the other day, it's going to be breakfast and lunch. The other reason is because like this, the players create a group, as I explained you yesterday in the other video. Also, the players will be fined for breaking the rules. So any player who breaks any rules, and we're going to see some of them later, will be punished with money. So this is not like when you played or when you train football, that if you do something wrong, you go to run 20 laps and then you come back. No. This you will pay, literally. Sorry. Because the number 5 is that the fines will be doubled for repeat offenses. So imagine, as I said before, you do something wrong, you arrive late, for example, okay? And then Barcelona will deduct from you 100 euros. Okay? It's not a joke. 100 euros is much money. But imagine that next day you arrive late. So that day is not going to be 100 euros. It's going to be 200. And if you arrive late again, the third day, 400 euros, 800 euros, 1,600 euros. I mean, this is serious. Because with all that money, you are being deducted like around 2,500 euros for arriving 5 days late. 2,500 is my friend's salary for 2 months. Okay, so a lot of money. Other one is the curfew 48 hours before a game. Sorry, I'm sick. Please forgive me today. That means that they are going to control the players. Sorry, what they are going to do 48 hours before. So imagine they cannot arrive late at home. They cannot use social media, just check some things, but from newspapers they cannot be, for example, do selfies, pick selfies, nothing. And if they don't focus and they don't do those things, they will not play, literally, because that will contradict the meritocracy. Xavi doesn't care the names. He said it. Actually, he said that having players who I know personally means that I will be able to know how to get the best from them, but also he will ask them the most. So Busquets, Piqué, Ter Stegen, etc., players who have played with him are going to be asked to be more than the other players. And if they can't, and the other players are playing better, imagine Araujo and Eric Garcia are doing better sessions than Piqué, that possibly it could happen. So Piqué will be on the bench. Supposedly. Let's see if that's true. I hope so, because that would be, I don't know how to say in English, but un golpe en la mesa. Also, travel and off-field habits will be monitored. Okay, so the players will actually, I read that they cannot take flights for some hours, so there will be limited, so they cannot travel far or do things during the season out of their job. Okay, imagine now Busquets has to go to I don't know, to Sweden or to Greece to play with the Spanish national team, and now they are going to say, I'm sorry, Luis Enrique, but Xavi doesn't let us travel for 3 hours. So no, of course. But if you go to holidays, you have 2 days holidays, and then you get the plane to go to Madrid and then come back next day. So no, that may be the reason why Piqué cannot go to that TV show too. Other players are prohibited from dangerous activities. What are dangerous activities? So do you remember some months ago or some weeks ago, we were saying that Piqué was caught doing surfing. Or, for example, Ricky Puig. There is a news saying that the other day he was driving a skateboard, an electronic skateboard, or it's not a skateboard, a scooter, I think. Well, a scooter anyway. It was a scooter with another person without a helmet and on the pavement. So all those things are dangerous activities. The good thing is for Ricky Puig is that he did that on Monday and the rules were established on Tuesday. So probably nothing will happen, but probably Xavi will say to Ricky Puig, next time you will see 100 euros. And possibly you will see. And number 10, players must maintain a good image. So all those things of Piqué, for example, performing the World Cup of the balloons World Cup with Ibai Llanos. So probably nothing of that, or going to concerts or going to discos. All of that is over. And the reason is that he said that when the teams had disciplined or were disciplinated, it was when they got their best. And when the players were more free or freer, then they couldn't. Their performances dropped. No, so that's what he means. So these are the rules. I'd like to know what do you think about these ones, but because there are some of them I didn't mention, and one of them is that the players have to say hello to all the staff in the morning. Like the kids when go to school, for example, to my school, they do that, saying hello to every teacher. So, well, that's quite, sorry, that's quite childish, really. But some of them I really consider they are proper. Anyway, guys, I'd like to know your comments too. I like to know your opinion. Sorry, so leave it there on the comment section. And anyway, thank you for watching us. Ooh, went too fast. Went too long. I meant. Well, anyway, thank you for everything, and see you in the next video. Have a nice day.